I wanted to give you all an idea of how the garden's growing. We were gone 4 or 5 days, and this warm weather and plenty of moisture has just really caused it to grow in the last few days. This is a view looking from east to west across the garden. Right here in the foreground is watermelons and cantaloupes, and in the dirt area is okra in the middle, and as I said, over on the right is watermelons, and then back over here on the left is the cantaloupes. Now I'm walking toward the zucchini squash bed that you can see, and as I said, I'm moving from east to west, and this is a zucchini squash bed, and there's a bed to the right of it that has Roma tomatoes and cherry tomatoes planted, and I grew these from seed, and they're just now taking on some growth. And then over to the far right is the third bed, and it's got the Kentucky Wonder bush beans growing in it, and they are just exploded practically. As I move on further down the garden to the other line of 3 beds, here's the English peas I planted earlier. You see how tall they are. They've got blooms on them. I hadn't seen any English peas yet. But for those of you who have benefited from our romaine lettuce, this is the bed with the romaine lettuce, and if you can tell, it's grown up, practically falling over the sides of the bed. I wish I could find somebody to give all this stuff to, because it is really growing. And between the English peas growing up this fence line and the romaine lettuces, 6 pepper plants, and I'm afraid of course they're tall, as you can see right here. This is hot banana pepper that we'll use in our pepper jelly this year. And as I move to the right again, here's another one of those beds. Now these are Better Boy tomatoes. I bought these plants, and there's 4 of those. As you can see the growth, they're blooming now. And then as I go to the far right, this is yellow crookneck squash, and they are blooming, and I will have squash probably by the week, and they actually have some squash on them already, but they're just not quite big enough to pick. And as I said, I'm going to give you another view of the green bean bed, which I am just amazed at. If you can see, I built the fence over the top of them so they could grow up into the fence to keep them off the ground, and I'm just amazed that they're just grown this much. As I said, now I'm moving toward the east with the west of my back, and here's another quick shot of the watermelons, and here in the middle is the okra bed, and then on the other far right is the cantaloupes. And of course my thinking was that the cantaloupes and the watermelons grow on the ground, and the okra would grow up tall and won't interfere with one another. So here's a tour of the garden. So hopefully we'll have plenty to share.